What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Total to Rebuild video. So it's a new day, it's a new video, and today I am working on a Corvette. I'm working on a Corvette today, yes. What am I doing exactly is I am updating the look of my interior. How are you planning to do that? Well, I am going to hydro dip some of the interior pieces in a carbon fiber film. I'm making it look like carbon fiber. It's not real carbon fiber. Yes, why? Because it's pretty boring when everything is black and plastic. We all know GM. Black and plastic. So, let's start removing stuff. These are all the pieces, the center console, the gauge cluster thingy. There's quite a few pieces on each door, and yeah, door handles, quite a bit. Alright guys, so now that I have all the plastic trim pieces removed, and there's quite a few of them. There's a few, like I mentioned, on the door, each side of the door, gauge cluster, around the gauge cluster, center console and whatnot, quite a few pieces. So they're all plastic. If I simply apply the base coat, and I'm gonna apply gray metallic base coat before I do the hydro dipping, I'd like to sand down that surface of all of those pieces, just so in the future the paint will not chip off or flake off, which will happen if you don't prep them. So I'm going to use a gray Scotch-Brite, which is, I think, equivalent to 600 grit. I could be wrong. And then along with the Scotch-Brite, I'm going to use the prepping paste. This thing puts light scratches on the surface, and it also cleans the surface of your panels. And this being plastic, I'm pretty sure that it's kind of greasy and whatnot. So yeah, let's go ahead, wash them and sand them down before we're gonna put base coat. Base coat will be this gray metallic color that you can pick up at any of your local auto parts stores. Yeah, gray metallic should look really good. So now that all the pieces are dry, I'm going to use my microfiber towel and wax and grease remover and wipe them down before I spray my base coat. Let's spray some base coat. Alright, so after about a week of trial and error, I was able to dip all of the interior pieces from the Corvette into real carbon fiber look film. I think that's what it's called. It's a 7-piece. That's a rear center console. So I'm about to mix a little bit of clear coat and spray, I don't know, maybe a coat or two, and call it a day. Alright guys, so it's been about 2 days since I've clear coated the interior panels, pieces. They're dry. This is what they look like. I had it outside baking on the sun yesterday, and this morning it rained, so it's nice and wet. I'm gonna have to wipe this down and start reassembling. I've been without a car for almost 2 weeks. This was quite a trial and error for me, but it came out. It's not 100% from my first time doing hydro dipping, but I'm satisfied with the result. So let's reassemble the car. Alright guys, so this is it for hydro dipping Corvette interior. I'm not gonna lie and say that everything was smooth. This was honestly 2 weeks of trial and error. Definitely not my thing. I'm gonna stick with painting cars. Hydro dipping, definitely not my thing. It looks good. There is imperfections, obviously. Most likely it's a user error. I mean, I've never done this before. I tried it. Yeah, but I will have to do it one more time. I got enough film to do the wheels, the center pieces on the wheels, not entire wheel. And that's coming up next. But other than that, I will never do this again. I ended up, at first, I ended up purchasing a plastic bin from Walmart. That didn't work out because I got the deepest, the widest box they have, and a problem with that, the width of the box, when you fill it in with the water, it caves in, the walls cave in, so it goes like this. So you lose the length and the width. That didn't work out, but it works for smaller pieces. I was unable to dip larger, like a center console and the piece where the stereo is, or the cluster speedometer thingy. That wasn't deep enough or wide enough for that. So on a second attempt to hydro dip it, I ended up building my own box. I used a wooden pallet, a couple of 2x4s and plywood, and it worked. It was deep, it was wide enough, it was solid. The problem with that was I realized, or came to a conclusion, that I needed borders to let's say you're cutting a film size of let's say 25 inches by 35 inches. So what you need is to have a border. Just because your bin or your dipping tank is wide enough and you tape your edges like you're supposed to, I guess, that's still not enough. You need to put something up against that edge. You need to put your film up against one corner of your dipping tank, put a divider or a border, whatever you want to call it, up against one side and the other. The reason for that is when you spray your activator, that film wants to spread. So without the borders or divider, you're going to have a mess, and stuff will start stretching on you. I learned it the hard way. But yeah, that's the I guess the downside of it. But other than that, it looks really good. Like I said, it's not 100%, but I'm still happy with that. For the first hydro dipping session, it'll do. Definitely not redoing it, just way too much work. So with that being said, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you, hey, same time tomorrow? Alright, later.